What is up, legends? We are back, and what I want to do today is actually kind of like pre-hype you guys a little bit on some games. You see, we already have something lit already right here to talk about, and it's Street Fighter Duel. Now, what I normally do on HypeWatch is hype games, and we're going to do that, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's going to happen on the channel. I got one big announcement at the end to tell you about, and but yeah. So we're going to start off by talking about Street Fighter Duel. Now, it's coming global. It's not going to be global yet, but the pre-registration for the Taiwanese version is here, and this is the website, and you get the hype and everything else like that. Now, the reason why this is big for you guys is a lot of people haven't or can't play the Chinese version of this game, which is the Tencent version or Bilibili version, or whichever version you got into. You guys can't play that. This is a different story. Most Taiwanese games, they just use universal or global Google Play, and you notice right there on the bottom right there, it's iOS and Google Play right there. So that just confirms it already off the bat. So you guys who couldn't play before are going to be able to play this game now, which is major, and it's the first step towards it just being out global altogether. So if you just want to get in and dabble and play it free to play, which you can do 100%, because my entire account that's on Bilibili is free to play. I've never spent anything on that. Like, I just never spent anything on Street Fighter Duel, obviously, because I couldn't, because it doesn't use Google Play. So I had no way of actually topping up without going into Tencent's system and spending money in Chinese currency, which I don't have. So I was all free to play. Anybody can play this free to play. So that's something really hype for you guys, and I'm actually happy to say that. So moving along. Also, here is the Google. You can actually click on it. You see it actually has a page. Obviously, it's not going to be a ton, but it's interesting that Hot Cool is doing this. I will talk about that at a different time. I did want to talk a little bit. This is the tap page for Genshin. Genshin's 2.2 is coming out soon. It's a skip for me, but a lot of people are happy for like Child and Toma and stuff like that. I'm like, whatever. At that, I'm gonna use this opportunity to build currency for the stuff that's coming after, because either is going to be Ye, which is Ai's retainer, which is the girl on the bottom right there with the pink hair. It's kind of saucy. She's an electric user though, which is, yeah. They need to put the other elements out, like the light and dark elements or something like that, because you just end up with too much redundancy right now. You don't even need to summon anymore, in my opinion. But unless something really lit happens, which is hint 2.5, right? So we're gonna move on beyond that. Deep Insanity. Now, this is interesting because this is a Squaresoft game. See, I am already in there with the pre-register on TapTap. If you haven't made a TapTap account, make one, because this is probably the best platform when it comes to gaming. Deep Insanity is a Square Enix game, and as you can see right there, it says it was supposed to be released in September. That did not happen. I did get an email on it, not from TapTap, but just from press releases. I did get an email on it, and they were talking about that, but that was a week ago, and that was the Squaresoft news press for all the content creators, and they kind of do the usual hyping on that. And normally when I get those emails, the game isn't coming out anytime soon. So I don't know what happened or what's the problem with this game in particular, but I still do want to keep an eye on it. But I just want to, because I know people have asked me a few times, because I did show a video on this before, and I just wanted to say something about it here. I don't know, guys. Like I said, I got an email on it a week ago. Something apparently happened. Maybe they don't have the rights. Maybe they don't have the, because Google actually screws over companies when it comes to this. If they can't get certified, certain companies, especially Square Enix, they're not going to just not release a game on Google. So I'm pretty sure usually when stuff like this happens, something happened licensing wise to slow it down or stop it, or it has a catastrophic bug and they decided not to put it out. which is also a good thing because you don't want to have that happen when the game launches, because that kind of damages stuff big time. And next up, we have Bot World, which is coming out on the 13th global. You can currently play it now in soft launch. Bot World is interesting. It reminds me a lot of Pokemon. So if you are a Pokemon fan and you just want an interesting world, like this game has 1.1 million downloads soft launch, which is actually kind of impressive. That's 1.1 million soft launch. It's been around for like 4 or 5 months. So just, keep an eye on this. This will be the next cool thing to play. It's not the next big thing. It's not like super HypeWatch or anything like that. But it is a very solid game that's coming out on the 13th that you guys could get into globally. And again, you can do soft launch right now, or you can just wait to global if you like. 7 Nights. Okay. 7 Nights. Let me show you something interesting here. You see, now it's already out Korean, obviously. They have so many ways to stop you from playing the game in the Korean version, which is why you never saw it on the channel. They do not want you to play that game in Korea. And if you even speak, or if you have an American name, your ass get banned. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know what happened in that marble in Korea, but they have really become assholes. But it is what it is. No. So here's the thing. Global pre-reg is coming in November. JP is actually coming as well, which is actually I keep saying actually, which is interesting. I'm not sure why they would do that, because they already know what's going to happen. I reiterate this to you guys all the time, and like I showed you in past videos, when a game goes global, especially now during this pandemic, all the rest of the servers are done. It is GG. It is GG. They're like the biggest GG ever, because all the public does is just go to the global server now. It's like, that's where all the people be. That's where all the hype gonna be. Like the Asian guilds, they just come to the global server. That's like with Marvel Future Revolution. They didn't stay on those other servers. They all up in I'm on the US 1 server. I think it's New Stark City, and we got 3 big Asian communities, like big guilds and everything else and stuff like that. They don't bother anybody, obviously, and everything else like that. And nobody bothers them, but they're there. And I play with them all the time, like when I'm doing dungeons and stuff like this, and people speaking to me when I can understand it. I don't understand everything, obviously, but hint, if you speak Japanese, or like not speak, but if you type Japanese, I can read that. Chinese, yeah. like Chinese, I can read some of it, not all of it. So I had somebody yesterday talking to me in Chinese on Marvel Future Revolution. I felt so bad because they were being nice. I could tell they were being nice, and they friended me and everything else, and they just kept talking, and I just was like, let me try to translate this as best as possible. I was like screenshotting and pulling out because it was on the emulator. And I was like, do you speak, I was like, do you speak Chinese? Do you speak English? Because I'm not very good at Chinese. Like, I'm trying to accommodate you and everything else. They even joined the Discord. And people are nice like that. I try to, like, go out my way to, like, even if I can't understand them fully, I try to, like, I'm doing my best over here, but I can't really understand you. Like, I'm trying. But yeah, they joined the Discord and everything else. Really nice person. So yeah, that's 7 Nights. We'll see. Let's get through this now, because I don't want this to be too long. Sin Chronicle. Sin Chronicle is another interesting game. I think this is a Sega game, and the reason why I'm telling you guys about this one, the date is off, but this is more kind of like if you ever played Phantasy Star. This seems like a better version of Idala, and it has music similar to that. Idala's music is ridiculous. Sega Final Fantasy Saga Idala's like that game's music is ridiculous. The game itself the graphics just don't keep up with the game, and that's what puts a lot of people off. With the music in Idala is just like amazing. Every time I play that game, I'm like, why can't this be so much better? Why can't it look better and everybody would love it and play it and everything else? Because it sounds great. The combat in the game is actually fun, but it just looks like a hot. It was like a JPEG mess. It just does, and that just pushes people off, and it makes me feel bad because I really do wish more people like that game. It deserves more than what it gets, but I do understand why people don't. So, next, in Innocence. Now, this right here will probably be. Look at that waifu right there. This will probably be some hype. Like, this will probably be some hype. What makes this hype is the attack system. And it's funny because this is like a better looking version of Idala. They kind of, if when you see the combat, because I actually got into a beta test, but I couldn't record it because they wouldn't allow you. But when you see the combat in this game and the fact that you can control it, and it's awesome, you're gonna be like, oh, but then you're gonna notice a little bit how the characters animate and how they act. Like, again, it's like a better version, and I wish Idala looked like this. Why I put them back to back. So look out for this game. I'm really interested in how the public is going to react to this game. They even have the same type of art, which is kind of interesting. I have to look up and see if the same person or same people are behind this, because yeah, it just looks like a better version of Idala, like a better animated version. But they do have that kind of when they animate, they kind of look, I guess you could call it puppety, but it looks better in this game than it does in Idala. So I'm really interested how the public's going to take this one. Tales of Lumeria. Now, here's the thing. Bandai is a scary company to invest in. For all you guys who always talk about Nexon and everything else like this, I don't trust Bandai. And I know you guys probably have never heard me say that about any company, but I don't trust Bandai at all, because whoever is running it gives 0 F's about gaming. 0. They just putting the games out there, they just doing the IPs and leaving it to die. They have done that for literally 15 years. They have not ever deviated from that. They have not done anything ever different. No matter what, that is the business and game model for Bandai when it comes to all these games. They will put these games out, they will hype it up, they will get YouTubers and Twitch streamers to go on and be like, oh my god, this game is hyped. They'll invite them over there. They've invited me out before too. I just don't go, obviously, but they invited me out before and I never go along with it. I will cover stuff, and I used to be down with them. They just stopped talking to me because obviously I started talking crap. But like, dude, I'm so scared for this game because if you, what's the damn, I can't remember the game now. There's a game that this is specifically like. Now you could actually look at it, and the game shut down. You guys will probably know what I'm talking about because it's a star and everything. I can't get the name out right now, which I'll probably remember it later. But the game shut down in global, and that hurt my feelings because it was actually a really fun game and it deserves better. It's still live in JP. That's probably enough of a hint right there what it is. But this game plays like that, just a better version of that. So I'm scared for this game, and I'm scared that Bandai is going to ass it out again. But, you know, buyer beware. So I'm going to say. And last up, which is the last 2 links, as you guys can see here. I want to put a little bit of hype onto this game. This is that time I got reincarnated as a slime, the second version of it, because there's another version of that game and it died because they had very dumb practices and very bad choices in that game, and they just ruined it. So we'll see if they could do it properly this time around with this one. And this, again, as you can see, Bandai. Yeah, just, yeah. So with that said, we are going to try to hype this a little bit so we can get to 500K, because we're at 450K right now, pre-register. So if you want to, help out that little aspect of it, by all means go ahead. But again, beware, this is a Bandai game, and yeah. So on better news, so we can get out of here, we as a channel and as a community will be officially a anime community as well. A comic book or manga company, to be more precise, not comic book, reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in covering manga. Obviously, I am a manga and anime fan, so I was like, "Holy crap, yes, we're assigned. How much money? You paying? You paying? Oh, you are paying? Fine, let's go." Let's go. So it turns out because my channel, and I actually didn't realize this, but my channel is like 35% anime because of my Naruto online videos, my Naruto X Boruto Shinobi Striker, my Naruto X Boruto Ninja Voltage, my Bleach online, my Sword Art online videos. That makes up 35% of my channel. I did that many videos on that, and that's why they reached out to me. They was like, "Oh, well, are you really like a manga comic book fan?" I'm like, "Yes, yes I am." Like, I don't get to cover it a lot anymore, but yes I am. So I can't say what it is right now, but yes, I did sign something, did send it out. I'm just waiting for everything to go through, but we're going to be covering manga on the channel. I don't know how that's gonna go. We probably gonna have to cut the cam on, which I have no problem with. I don't like my setup, but I think they are willing to actually literally send me stuff for this. I just refuse to pay for like a $2,000 camera and stuff, like a setup, stuff like that. But if they're going to send me stuff like that, we're gonna be out here. You're gonna see Scion face on this channel. For manga, I'm probably still not going to do it for gaming because that's a hassle. But as far as with manga reactions and everything else like that, we're going to be doing that. There's definitely going to be doing that. And so I'm pretty happy about that because it's something that I do anyway in my off time, or like when the videos are editing and stuff like that. I'm always reading manga. I'm always watching anime. And I have an anime suggestion for you guys for the week. I'm going to start doing that now. Watch 86. It will make you like understand being in the army and being a soldier. Like, it is a remarkable anime. It's probably anime of the year. In my opinion, it's anime of the year. Music great. The way that it's animated, great. Characters great. Everything great. They on season 2 right now, so you can watch all of season 1. Bring your tissues. That's all I'm gonna say. Catch you guys next video, and thank you again. Channel is growing nicely. I always appreciate that. Thank you all the new people who are showing up for subscribers and everything else. I always deeply appreciate it. I'm trying my best to respond to everybody more now that I have more time, because my game is actually in the programming phase now, where I don't have to actually design anything right now. I've done all the story, I've done all the character designation, and pretty much made the entire world for the game now. It took me like 4 months since I told you guys all of this, but my part is actually done. It's on everybody else right now, so I can just concentrate on other stuff right now, like doing these types of videos. So see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your weekend, and as always, be legendary. Love you guys, and thank you.